Hi, this is Donnie with Destination to be Determined. It's Mother's Day, so Debbie's taking the day off, and I thought I would take just a few minutes to talk about the channel and to deal with an issue that we had with the generator. Our name, Destination to be Determined, and our slogan that if your destination is predetermined, you might just miss the journey, means a lot to us. The idea of not having a destination is not what that slogan is pointing at. We all know where we would like to be. The issue is how much are we stuck to the plan to get there. So if that destination and every moment in between is exactly all planned out and there's no room for any kind of errors, then the journey gets missed. So that's essentially what it is. And we invite you to join us, Debbie and I, as we get ready to retire and to start RVing full-time. And then the trips that we go on, and you will see that we become very flexible and do some things. But today's video is especially about an issue that we had. And it's one of the things that I do want to do in videos is to talk about some of the mistakes that we make. The issue that we had that we're going to discuss today is with the generator, but it wasn't with the generators. It wasn't the generator's fault. It was all my fault. So let's take a moment. Let's go outside, bundle up, because it is cold today. One of the dangers about having a generator is that it has exhaust because it uses fossil fuel. When we first got here, we were in our quote-unquote parking lot RV park. We had big wind for about 2 nights. I had the generator up in here close because we are in a residential area. There's a house right there, and then there's a house right there, and I just did not want it to be real loud for them, so I kind of had it tucked in. Well, without thinking, the wind was blowing the exhaust out, and so we didn't have any trouble. The third night that we were out here, however, it was real still. There was no wind, and that allowed the exhaust to go up underneath the trailer and come up. And as we were in the trailer, we heard the beep, the warning. Did not know what it was. Finally figured out that it was our CO2 alert. And I thought, well, maybe it's the batteries, because we weren't smelling anything. So I thought maybe it was the batteries. I looked up in the manual to see how to change the batteries. Found out they was hardwired. So that must have been something wrong. So I came out and I walked around and immediately saw the generator exhausting up underneath the trailer. So I pulled it out. Well, I turned it off, pulled it out, turned it back on, went in, and the CO2 announcement was not working. So this is where I kind of keep it now, to where it's going to exhaust out, and it seems to be working. I'll talk about the Predator in a few minutes. So let's go back inside. It's a little cold today. It's January, February, March, April, May. It's May. Oh, it's Mother's Day today, and it's probably like 40 degrees out here. So we're gonna go. All right, we're back in the house where it's a little warmer now. It is really cold for this time of year. I saw something on Facebook or Instagram, a meme that said that we had tried to download spring, but it failed. It could not be found. But that could be Michigan weather too. It'll warm up here pretty soon, and then we'll get a little cold spell, and then it'll warm up, and then it'll finally get warm. But that's it. I want to talk about the Predator generator. Ours is a 3500 inverter, about 57 decibels, really pretty quiet. A lot of people kind of frown at Harbor Freight things, and I understand they are quote unquote cheap, but I've had really good luck with Harbor Freight Chicago products. I've had an air compressor that I have let run constantly now for 6 years, I've never shut it off. I change the oil in it every year, and just keep the maintenance up on it. I've had other smaller hand tools, reciprocal saw, that I have been using for 6 years. I have a drill press that I've had for probably maybe 15 years, and I use it a lot. I've had chop saws, miter saws, all of those that I've never had any problem with any of them, but I take care of them too. So I decided this time to go ahead and get the Predator generator. It's 3,500 cc. That's the starting at 3,000 running watts. It's only $799. That's the list price. They'll have sales on them every once in a while. That is compared to what, close to $3,000 for the Honda, $2,000 something or so for some of the others. So for $799, I thought I would probably go ahead and try that generator. I took it and ran it for close to 30 hours constant. Every 10 hours I changed the oil in it, and never put more than a 25% load on it. I wanted to break it in real well. Checking the oil this morning. I have a magnetic dipstick, which I would encourage anybody to get on any kind of these small engines. That magnetic dipstick is going to pull off any kind of metal that is generated in the process of the oil running through the engine. There was no metal on it this morning, so it's running great. It runs just as smooth. Of course, you hear it cycle up and cycle down as things are used. This morning we had the heater going. I had the coffee pot going, had the TV going. It never skipped a beat. You can just hear it purr outside. I think the thing is taking proper care of your equipment, no matter what it is. If it's wrenches or if it's something mechanical, like the generator. Of course, it is mechanical, and Rolls-Royce taught us a very valuable lesson, or manufacturing a very valuable lesson. And that is, if you create something that will last forever, you don't sell many of them. So everything is essentially going to break down at some point. We'll see how long this lasts. If it'll give us 3 or 4 or 5 years for $800, that's going to be a good deal. All right. If you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. We would love for you to subscribe. You may be the 3rd or the 4th person now, as we have really just started. Hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell, and you will be informed whenever we get some more. All right, until next time, just remember that if your destination is predetermined, you might just miss the journey.